We just gotta reattack and readjust. They're gonna come out swinging. We're gonna come out swinging, and it's the finals. You know, you expect team's best shot, and we know what we're gonna get from those guys, and for us, it's just about trying to increase our intensity and our effort as well. We played pretty hard. We played pretty well, but we made a ton of mistakes. And we're probably both saying the same thing in both locker rooms. Obviously, we got the win. We did a little bit more to get the win, but we gotta play much better as well, and we know that. So we'll come out tomorrow and try to just ramp up our intensity a little bit more.
I know guarding Steph is a team effort, obviously, but when you're matched up with him, like, what is the most unique thing about that matchup?
I think you just got to guard him 94 feet. I'm not sure how many other guys in the league you have to do that. Clay is a close second, but obviously Clay doesn't handle the ball as much, so his is a different deal. But for me, just like I said before the game, just wanted to try to pressure him and not let him get many clean looks, and it's a five-man effort. So our team defense has got to be really good. He broke free, got a lot of easy looks, and we just got to try to limit those. So he's a great player. He's going to have big games, and we understand that, but just try to tighten up and make it as difficult as possible.
You guys had a nice advantage in transition. How important is the transition game for your success this year?
It's big. It's big. We've that's been probably our most consistent theme this year, is trying to be really great in transition defense, and then just let our talent flow on transition offense. So we get our defense set. We like our chances. Get the rebound and push out. Get some easy buckets. At this time of year, defenses are so good. The coaching and the schemes are so good that if you can get an advantage in transition, steal a couple buckets, and win that advantage, I think that's a huge key for the game.
Kerr was saying yesterday about the transition that you guys kind of remind him of the Warriors, the ability to push from the front quarter when you run with multiple guards. Do you think that's true? Do you think that you guys are similar to the Warriors in makeup and execution?
I don't know. I never thought of it like that. Obviously, we all have our own identities, and I think that they were kind of revolutionary for the game with the way that they built their team, and Draymond obviously being a big key of that. He was one of the guys to do it on the highest level for a long time. So we got Pascal can push, Marcus can handle, and it's just positionless basketball where you have multiple playmakers out there, guys who can make reads, make plays, push the ball, and we're just running and trying to get easy ones. So those guys won a couple rings. I mean, I don't think that's a bad compliment to remind somebody that we look like them, and our focus is being the best version of the Toronto Raptors.
Fred, you obviously played here all year and before this year, obviously, too. Even with that in mind, does it still kind of not get old when you get a roll like you did at the end of the last game, or obviously Kawhi's shot against Philly? What is it about the rims here and kind of what you guys have gotten with some of the bounces in some of these games?
It's funny because I hate our rims. I hate our rims, but no, we got a special thing going. I think that it's just kind of the aura and the magic in the air. You can feel it a little bit, and we have a lot to do with that. Our fans have a lot to do with that, and things are just going the right way for us. So, as many shots as I missed in the last few weeks, that toilet bowl shot I had is probably due. It's probably due to go in, and if one of your favorite great players make that shot, he's a great player, and when I make it, I'm lucky. So I'll take it. It went in, and we move on.
Did you feel like it was going down?
I knew it was going to hit the backboard at least. I knew that as soon as I let go. I wasn't sure it was swim around there 3 or 4 times, but I definitely knew it hit the backboard.
When you're playing with as many,
you had the whole arena just kind of chanting Freddie, because it got pretty loud in here.
Yeah, I don't. When was that? Everybody keeps telling me that. I don't.
You missed that one?
Yeah, I don't. I heard it like 5 times now, but I don't remember when that was.
It was right after. Fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter?
It was right after you made that shot, and then you went to the free throw line.
Yeah, I missed that. I don't know. At some point in your career, the crowd just becomes one big, noise and one sea of people, and obviously I appreciate it, but I was probably so locked in I didn't even notice it.
when you're playing with as many high IQ defenders as the Raptors have, like, what is the communication like out there when you have those guys?
Yeah, that's got to be at a high level. You got to communicate at a high level. We're talking schemes, we're talking coverages, we're talking, where the help's coming from, and the most important communication comes in the downtime, the free throws and the timeouts and the dead balls and just figuring out what we're going to do next. And the rest is kind of instinctual, but For the most part, once you get that stuff set, it's mostly instinctual and just knowing where you're going to go because you've already walked through it or talked through it or whatever the case may be, and you just try to keep building on that.
Does this seem as connected on that end as any team that you've been a part of?
Yes, this is one of the best teams I've been on defensively from a communication standpoint, and I think that just having the open floor dialogue helps, and no guy's right or wrong, and we just want to come up with the right answer, and even if it's not the right answer, as long as we're all on the same page, most times you can figure it out after that.
It sounds like OG's getting close. Obviously, he's been out a while. Even if he's only able to play a few minutes, what does he bring? How does he help you?
He's great, man. He's got that great frame, great body, and obviously we could use him on the glass. We could use him cutting and slashing, making open threes, and having another body out there to defend and get in the way of some of their guys. And so, we've been with him the whole ride. It's been an eventful year for him, and hopefully we're able to get him back. We love to see him out there, just as our brother, to be back out there regardless of what happens. You just want to see guys get back to doing what they love to do.
You can probably identify, obviously, how difficult it's been for him sitting out to begin the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
How tough is that to not be out there in these moments?
It's the worst. It's the worst because at this point and where we're at with the NBA, I think this has become the time of the year. Regular season is cool. You have to go through it and you want to be great during the regular season, but you work. Teams are built for playoffs. You're drafting for playoffs. You're practicing. Training camp is building all towards playoffs. So to have to miss that, due to something that you had no control over, is probably the worst thing for an athlete at this stage, and especially in his young career. Just want to be out there and be in that full strength. So, hopefully we'll be able to get him back. That's up to the medical team and him and how he's feeling, but. You want to be back healthy first and foremost, and then after that, hopefully we get him out there.
It's important NCAA tournament experience help you in these situations.
Yeah, I mean, I think I said this before. I think just the stakes, having played in a lot of games where the stakes were so high. This is the highest. It's the highest stage that I've ever played on, but. The tournament brings something like that where, every game you play, every possession counts, every second matters, and it's at stake. So when you mess up or you play good, it can dictate, one play can dictate the entire game. And so that kind of plays out to this, except for, you win, you turn around, you got to do it again, right? You win a game like game one, and you go home and you rest and you wake up tomorrow thinking about game two. So it's a little bit more difficult here, obviously.
When you're chasing Steph through that maze that he runs around through, I mean, what's that experience like for you?
It's not fun. It's not fun. I'll tell you that much. It's not easy, but as a competitor, that's what you love to do. I mean, Steph has been one of the great players in this league for a long time. I was watching him in the finals not too long ago when I was in college. So to be out there just trying to take that challenge has been great for me. It's a great challenge, and you just got to keep bringing it. Like I said, just stay mentally locked in, stay focused, and try not to have many lapses, or he's gonna make you pay.
What did you get from Baker?
Yeah, I talked to Ron. Ron is, that's family. That's my brother. We talk, often, and spoke to him the other day. Obviously, he's wishing me the best, and we talk. We don't really talk about basketball, but that's a lifelong friend that I'll have for sure.
You think he has a future still?
Yeah, he's an NBA player, no doubt about it. He's got to get healthy, got to get back right, and get that opportunity. The big O word.
What makes Steph so elusive?
You said what?
What makes Steph so elusive?
What's the definition of elusive?
He's hard to catch, I guess.
Yeah, he's hard to catch.
But why is that?
He's got a great knack of finding slips and slivers. He's got a great handle. He's quick. He's fast. He can shoot from anywhere. They have a great system around him, and those guys look for him. And the big-time scorers on their team set screens and they pass, and everybody plays their role perfectly for them. So it's a well-oiled machine, and you got to be able to try to just jam yourself in there and kind of disrupt the rhythm as best you can and trust your defense behind you.
Despite his 34 points, do you think you guys just made it tough for him the other night?
We could be better. I thought, obviously he's 14 for 14 from the line, so try to keep him off the line. Some of the traps and the clogging the paint on him was good. some of that stuff, but I'm sure they'll have some adjustments for some of that stuff, and we have to adjust ourselves. And obviously we don't want him to score 34 points, but I think that he had to work for some of those, and we'll continue to just keep pushing on.
You talked about some of the shots that you missed, but last round you were hot and then you hit the one off the backboard. But what's that sort of ebb and flow been like for you there? Because you mentioned how important the postseason is. So what's it been like?
It's part of the game. You take the highs and the lows, and I think that's been something that I've been blessed with, is just to have a great perspective on life in general. And at the end of the day, like, this is our job, and as a competitor, this is the most incredible time in your life. But like, as a regular person, it's basketball still. So you understand that. Look, man, you're gonna have some bad games, you're gonna have some bad shooting games, and you just stay even keeled, and you go back to the gym and you keep working. And when it turns around, then you guys write your stories and make me look like the best thing since sliced bread, and then when I don't play, I suck, and you stay in the middle of all of that, and never as bad as it seems, and it's never as good as they tell you it is. So I've been pretty lucky to have a good state of mind to be able to just kind of keep cruising right through the middle of all of that.
From that narrative perspective, like when we are writing those stories, because we do that.
Yeah.
Does that bother you or frustrate you?
Nah, it's not frustrating. Like I said, I understand it for what it is. Like, everybody here is probably, hopefully, collecting a paycheck from standing here, and that's what it's about. So this is the world we live in. It's our society that, there's got to be a story every day. You got to report to your bosses or whoever you report to, or your fans, and you got to, get those clicks. And I threw you the baby story, and you guys ate it up, and I got a good understanding for what it is. The social media thing is what it is. That's why you try to stay off it a little bit during the playoffs, and the rest of it. You if you take it when it's good, you gotta take it when it's bad. And he's doing well. Thank you.
Some people question how Mark would handle Milwaukee playing 5 out and like Steph Curry pick and rolls. Like, to see him play the way he has defensively, like what's impressed you about that?
He's adjusted. I mean, I think that if you would just look at him, you wouldn't say he's a guy who could play out there, small ball with guys flying around. But he's been as good as it gets, guarding ball screens, trapping, moving his feet, being able to rotate, and that IQ that he has and all that experience definitely helps him. And his feet are quicker than people give him credit for. So he's got great hands, great feet, and he's been a big-time defensive anchor for us.
Fred, you talked about mistakes off the top. What did you guys feel you left on the table in game one?
We just had too many breakdowns, little blown switches, blown communications, blown assignments, a couple careless turnovers, and just like I said, every time you make those, when you blow a switch, they're going to score. They're going to hit an open three, or they're going to get a layup at the rim. So there were certain things that we wanted to key in on before the game, and we did, a pretty decent job of that. And then there was times when we just weren't as good as we need to be. So looking forward, obviously we got to be better, and I'm sure they feel like they got to be better, and that's what this time of year is all about.
What do you want to do? What have you highlighted, obviously, with the game tape and whatever else, looking back? What do you want to do kind of going into game 2 now to get better?
We want to win, and we want to play hard, we want to play smart, and that's probably as much info as I can give you. But there's some things that we have to do as a team that will stay in the locker room, and we'll try to show you tomorrow. But in terms of like giving you a game plan as a way, I probably can't do that right now.
Of course, and what you said, Spicy P, obviously, his first final games kind of broke out. It was a great individual performance.
Yeah.
But what have you said to Pascal?
Just that, we appreciate him. We joke all the time, but like, he's literally my favorite player in the NBA. He's my favorite player to watch. I love playing with him, and he was big for us in game 1, and I just told him, let's build on it and try to go get another one in game 2, regardless of the scoring. If he can, they're going to send more help, I'm sure, and there's going to be more intensity of pressure on them, and we just got to adjust as a team.
Fred, how do you just kind of forget about game 1 and move on to game 2? What are your expectations for them in game 2 and heading to that?
That's the playoffs. We've been doing it for a month now. You win a game, you enjoy it for an hour until you get home, and you sleep, and you wake up, and you move on. So we're not happy to be here. We're not happy to win game 1. We want to win 4, and that's what our focus has to be. That's what our mindset has to be. In terms of them, I'm sure they're champions. We're going to turn around and play much better, and we feel like we could play much better, and we'll see how the game shakes out. But it's going to be a long series. We know that, And for us, it's just about trying to take care of home court, and we'll deal with everything after that.
Mark calls it selfless, like having good to great. Are you guys so selfish when you guys have a good shot or a great shot? Talk a little bit about that.
You gotta be. You gotta be this time of year. ISO ball is not really gonna work that much. Certain guys will have big games in the middle, but for the rest of us, we gotta keep moving the ball. It's hard to guard. Everybody's got to touch it. Everybody's got to be able to be a threat. And when you play like that, that's the most hardest thing to guard, is having 5 guys out there who can score at any time. And so we've done a better job of that in this playoffs. We can continue to keep getting better at it. And as long as we keep scoring and keep moving it at a high clip, we trust our defense enough to get the job done.
Danny, you've obviously been here before. How much of that experience do you take as you prepare for Game 2?
I try to take as much as I can. Obviously, every experience is different. Every experience is new. Every team you play with and you play against is different. But I think it helps in the sense that you're a little bit more comfortable probably than the guys that've never been here. Either way, it's not something you get used to or comfortable doing. It's still a big stage against champions, a team that you're really trying to beat. So you got to stay locked in and focused.
You played in some really great defenses in your career in San Antonio. How do you compare those units with the one you're on right now?
I think our defense is pretty good. I think also San Antonio, our offense played a great defense for us as well. The way we moved the ball, it allowed us to get good shots, which allowed us to get back and play good defense. Obviously with Timmy back there, who's great. It's hard to compare anybody to him, but Mark is really good. Kawhi is very good. Kalo, Pascal, all the guys down the line have done a good job of switching down the line and taking pride and putting effort in the floor and just communicating. It's by any means not easy at all guarding that team that we're playing against in this stage. So it's very hard, and have to communicate even better and try to be more crisp next game.
Danny, talk about how a guy like Steph or guys like yourself are able to relocate. Like you're on everyone's scouting report, and then somehow they still get open for shots.
Well, their offense is built off of that, basically. Our offense at times is, but really when we push the pace and when we get more open looks, we're able to have P at the rim, Kalo, Kawhi attacking, and me on the perimeter. Sometimes Mark on the perimeter. It allows us to get easier, open, uncontested looks. But a lot of times teams know you're going to shoot, so they're going to close out hard to you. Try to make a play for yourself or a teammate at the rim, or kicking it and then finding space on the other end, and hopefully they fall asleep, just nonstop moving. But their offense is based off that. All they do is try to find those 2 guys and run off screens and make sure they don't got the first shot. They're going to try to get a second or third look somewhere on the other end or other side of the floor.
How much energy does it take as an offensive player to do that kind of relocating?
It takes a lot of energy, nonstop running. That's why it's key for us to make them to be able to run on, or make them play defense and make them run on that end of the floor as well. Try to tire them out, take the legs from them a little bit. But we continue to keep our pace. It'll put more pressure on them and hopefully take some energy away offensively.
Is there something the way Steph does it that's like unique to him? That he's the most famous shooter in the world, and yet somehow he's still able to squeeze off and get open.
When you got a set of offense built or based around what you do best, shoot the ball and finding you, moving off screens. He's setting screens for other guys, getting himself open. 2 or 3 guys setting screens for him, or dribble handoffs and finding and looking for him. It's tough to guard, regardless of who it is. Obviously, he's the best in the world at what he does, so it makes it that much tougher to have more than one person guarding and helping on him.
Dan, you've been somebody who's played the Warriors in a variety of contexts over the years, or different iterations of the team. A lot of discussion this weekend about similarities between the 2 sides. Coach Kerr saying when he looks at you guys, he sees the Warriors, he sees something similar. I'm wondering, do you see those similarities as somebody who's been on both sides of it?
Yeah, I think we match up with each other pretty well. In the sense that we can go small, we can go big, we can switch down the line. We have multiple guys that can do different things. Honestly, I think we shouldn't say that actually, but I think there's a lot of things that we see that are similar within each other, and so we match up pretty well against each other. It's really a team that's going to execute and do it for the longer period of time during the game.
Does that make game planning more easier because you're like, well, I know how I would do this against me, or does that make it more difficult because you're like, I don't know, it's difficult to
It's never easy. But I guess when you're playing against guys similar to you, it allows you to kind of think and know what their strengths and weaknesses are and try to play them toward that. but at the same time, it's a team that you don't see 4 times a year. You don't see them that often. You don't have their tendencies. You know, this is the most we'll ever play them throughout the whole year. So, and they do different things. And as much as you see it on TV, it seems easy. It's like, oh, what the hell are they doing? They should have did that. They should have did this. As easy as it seems, it's not easy. It's tough, even switching and down the line and talking, communicating, because of how well they move.
Then you guys had a sizable advantage in the transition game one. Is that the key to success in the series, you think?
I think that's been the key for us all year, is our pace transition. Obviously, Pascal's able to get to the rim a little more. So is Kalo, Kawhi, even though they still went before, but it's different when there's no Giannis or Brook Lopez or Joel Embiid. I'm not saying they don't have rim protectors, but of that stature, it's a little different. And so if we run, we get some easy ones where they're on their heels a little bit, and there's not many contested at the rim. And when you put pressure on the rim, then you get some open outside looks.
Most teams don't like to run with the Warriors. They tend to try to slow down. What makes it so
Well, the key is not to run with them. Obviously we want to run on offense, but defense we want to slow them down. So it's easier to slow them down when you're running on offense and scoring baskets, get a set defense, and not turn the ball over, and taking good shots to where you can get back and play good defense. Because when they're running, they're very dangerous as well.
Coach Nurse talked about you guys watching a lot of film.
Mm-hmm.
What are the expectations that you guys have as a team that needs to be changed for game 2?
When we expect them to come out a lot more, intense. They're going to come out more fired up. We have to do the same. But what we need to do is fix the mistakes that we had. We had a ton of mistakes as well. Defensively, could have communicated better on our switches and rotations and who's guarding who and that nature. Offensively, how to attack. So we don't know how they do defensively, but I can't pinpoint exactly 1 or 2 things and tell you what our schemes are going to be. That wouldn't be too smart of me.
You got off to a solid start shooting-wise in game 1. Is there something about this matchup that works for you?
It's something to build a rhythm on. Obviously, it can't get any worse, I don't think. Knock on wood. But, it's something to build on. I want to continue to get a rhythm, but I think the pace, more than anything, is what helps me get a rhythm, get uncontested looks. We kind of thrive. Our offense thrives in up and down, pace game.
When it wasn't working for you in the last 2 rounds, just things weren't going in, what do you do to not let that get to you?
Play basketball, not think about it, play defense. It's my end of the floor where I take pride in trying to stop guys, be active, make plays, get steals, deflections, rebound, make plays for my teammates. Regardless if I'm shooting good or not, I'm still going to let the next one fly with confidence and try to find space and do my job to the best of my ability.
I mean, definitely something that we try to do. We got an opportunity to be in transition, and we definitely are a team that likes to run in transition. So that's definitely something good for us last game.
Pascal, les Warriors vont essayer de te limiter sûrement après ta performance de 32 points. Qu'est-ce que tu vas faire différemment pour le deuxième match?
Bon, pour moi, je peux rien faire de différent si je vois pas ce qui va se passer en fait, tu vois. Donc pour moi, c'est d'abord regarder ce qui va se passer et puis bien sûr tu penses à des trucs dans ta tête, mais bon, tu sauras vraiment rien si tu n'es pas au terrain en fait. Donc je pense que quand on sera au terrain et puis je vais voir comment ça va se passer et puis de là je vais changer en fait.
Et quelle sera ta motivation pour le deuxième match?
Je pense que toujours c'est la même chose. Nous sommes à la maison et essayer de gagner le deuxième match. Donc on a tous les supporters avec nous. Donc c'est ça l'objectif, c'est de gagner.
Est-ce que pour toi c'est important d'avoir des questions en français quand c'est les finales?
Oui, bien sûr. Je pense que être au Canada en fait, ça aide bilingue. Donc je sais que les supporters aiment bien quand quelqu'un qui parle en français, juste pour essayer de leur parler un peu. Donc pour moi, ça me fait plaisir de faire ça. Et puis si j'ai l'opportunité de le faire, j'aimerais bien.
Pascal, did you believe coming into this series that the Warriors defense was going to be a better matchup specifically for you than in the Bucks series?
No, I don't think like that, man. Like I just go out there. I think I always felt like every time I'm out there, I can always use this. I mean, when you play with a guy like Kawhi, there's gonna get attention. You're gonna have opportunities, and I think for me. I didn't really think at specific matchups. I just think about going out there and whatever matchup is out there, just using whatever I can to my abilities and try to find a way to score and impact the game.
Can you explain from the biggest picture what it is about your guys' half-court defense that is so good, so dominant?
I mean, I think we can definitely get better. You know, we can definitely get a lot better. But I think for the most part, having guys that can do different things on the floor and also, you know, Kawhi, Mark, guys that have been, you know, defensive player of the year, the guys that understand, they have the high IQ, and definitely can change on the fly. Having those type of guys definitely help. Also, you know, Kyle, Fred. I mean, the list goes on. Guys that can definitely lock up and when we all buy into wanting to get stops, you know, it gets interesting.
Pascal, what would be the biggest challenge that you think that you're going to face today in order to close at least the home court advantage?
Today?
Yes. Today.
But I think obviously, you know, they're gonna come out with more pop and energy. You know, after losing game one, you definitely expect them to have a lot more, and you know, so we definitely have to. I think we have to be ourselves, continue to play our game. I mean, obviously we made some little mistakes on defense that we thought that we could correct, you know, on our own, and just continue to be ourselves and try to correct what we did better, and then, you know, whatever energy to come on with, you know, we have better energy.
Obviously, Pascal, the city's on a high after winning game one. I'm sure you've seen some of the videos on social media, how fans are reacting. How do you guys stay locked in and focused for game two?
I think, you know, we know it's a series, and I think having guys that have been through it and hella close, man, I can't even move. I think having guys that have been through it and know what it is like, you know, and us also being down every single series. I mean, for the most part, till now, we know what you know what it takes to win and how important, you know, it is to. If you have a lead, you know the other team's gonna come down. They're gonna make adjustment. They're gonna come at you. So we know that, and you know there's definitely no reason to get carried away. It's one game, and we did what we're supposed to do.
Pascal, this finals is like 16 players from the G League. Actually, it's the most you know players in this in the past. So how do you feel about those? Like so many, you're one of them. How do you feel about so many like players can find a way, come from the mud and find a way to, you know, compete very high level?
Yeah, I think it's, you know, that's what, you know, the NBA is about opportunities of guys coming from different places and all coming, you know, to compete at this level, and the G League is part of that. Having guys, you know, that really didn't even, you know, think that it was going to be here, or they had a different path or a rough path, and they go through the G League and find a way into the league. It's definitely something awesome, and I think, you know, for me, being you know, having to go to the G League and play there, you know, it definitely helped me.
Pascal, I don't know if you heard about the new pizza that's been named after you, the Spicy P. Have you heard about this yet?
Nah.
No, you haven't heard about the new pizza named after you?
No.
Pascal,
okay. I have to get you a slice then.
Pascal, you shot 82%. Gasol shot 60%. Do you believe that you need to have that type of game in order to win?
I think we have a lot of, you know, we're a really deep team, and I think from any single night, you know, guys can show up, and guys can definitely step up, and I mean, I don't know exactly how many, you know, what my percentage needs to be for us to win, but, you know, I know that, you know, if we all come out and just having that same energy and mindset to attack, and whoever steps up, you know, as long as we win, we're good.